everybody. How are you guys doing on today? I am super duper excited, guys. It is a new anthology, hot off the press. It is called Voices of the Quintessential Woman. I have two of the authors that are hanging out with us on today, Dr. Anissa Short. Also, we have Michelle McKenney is hanging out with us on today, guys. And let me just tell you, they may spill a little bit of tea, they may spill a lot of tea, but I can guarantee you there will be some tea that we will share on today about this project that is hot off the press. And of course, guys, you know how we do it here at the cafe. We will allow Dr. Anissa Short, we will allow Dr. Michelle to introduce themselves to the people. But before they do that, can you do something for me? Can you like, tag, and share? Tell a friend to come on down to the cafe. This is one literary cafe they do not want to miss. Welcome, Dr. Anissa. Welcome, Michelle, to the cafe. We're going to start with Dr. Anissa. Anissa, introduce yourself to the people, my friend.
Hey, thanks so much, Angela, for this opportunity. I so appreciate being a part of the cafe today. I am the Dr. Anissa Short, the success strategist, proud director of the Chosen Pen Group, Amazon best-selling author. I am the person who I consider to be your sister friend. I am definitely passionate about working with women in business, amplifying the voices of authors, speakers, entrepreneurs, and those that are making a difference. And so thank you again for allowing us to be in this space, in your place.
I love it. I love it, Dr. Anissa. Michelle, my friend, you are up next. For both of these ladies, let me just tell you, I love these author glasses. We're rocking it today, the three of us. I think we are cute
Right.
and bookish. What about you?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Michelle, my friend, you are up next. Introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, so good evening. My name is Michelle McKenney. I am the owner and co-founder of Ugly Essentials, which stands for You Gotta Love Yourself, which is my natural skincare line, and also Unstoppable Aesthetics, my holistic aesthetics studio here in Fayetteville. I am a Army veteran. I'm a mom, a dog mom. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a life coach. I'm a mental health professional. And I just love talking to people and taking care of your skin.
I love it. Now, Michelle, I heard you say something. Fayetteville in the house, my friend. Fayetteville
That's
is in
right.
the house.
That's right. That's right. That's right. At the
I
two
love it. Well, I'm
six.
a Carolina girl myself. So just hearing that Fayetteville is in the house, I love that. I love that as well. Now, Dr. Anissa, we can't leave you out. I know you had some roots in Fayetteville as well once upon a time.
I actually was there for 12 years. I just recently, not quite a year ago, moved away. So I am at present in a small town called Walls in the state of Mississippi. I am a part of the Memphis Mid-South area. So that's where I now currently reside.
I love it. I love it. Now, Dr. Anissa, this book is a book that is a celebration of faith, a celebration of strength, purpose, and the courage it takes to use your voice. It seems like that each woman that is participating or contributed to this book share a piece of their journey. They share a little bit of their truth and their legacy. So today, can you share with us what inspired this anthology, Voices of the Quintessential Woman? And notice, Dr. Anissa, I had to slow it down to make sure I got that title correctly.
Well, your question is a great question. This book is really a continuation of the work that I've been doing for a while as an entrepreneur. One of the things I've always done in offering an awesome product and or service is mentoring, coaching women in an entrepreneurial space. So to provide a vehicle by way of books that serve to encourage, educate, and inspire women, or encourage them, to empower them, is another just another version of what I've been doing all along. The Voices of
Mhm.
the Quintessential Woman, the premise behind the book was simply to serve. Well, this is what I said when I talked with the authors who agreed to be a part of this project with me. I submitted two proposals to them, and they could write their story from a place of, if they were going to offer advice to a younger woman, someone that's younger than them, what would be the advice they would give them, or if they were going to reflect back and offer advice to their younger
Wow.
selves based on their life
Mhm.
experiences, what would they want? Because I believe that there's a biblical principle that says the older women should teach the younger, and that could be age or it could be maturity level. And so I truly believe that one's voice has value, and oftentimes we have women in our sphere of influence or even others that we may not ever meet who have been praying for an answer for whatever they're facing,
Mhm.
and these stories I believe make a significant difference. And so the voices of the quintessential, basically meaning basically of like class, someone that or a pattern for which someone else can use as a blueprint. And so these stories are such to serve as words of wisdom, a blueprint, or a guide to the person that reads them.
Wow, I love that. And that you have said a lot. And you said the name of the title again. And so I want you, Dr. Anissa, to spill a little bit of tea, my friend. So, Voices of the Quintessential Woman. Okay. Was that the original title of this anthology, my friend, or the name involved, the title evolved? Can you share or spill some tea?
No, that was the name of the
Okay.
book, because last year this time I released a book called The Quintessential Woman.
Okay.
So to give you a backstory, Angela, the quintessential woman in the book that I authored last year is really a
Okay.
devotional, and it is a deep dive into with the Proverbs 31
Come on
woman.
now.
Not because she's in the Bible, but because she's in the Bible as an example to us. So if anyone's looking for a woman who may be a great wife, who might be a great mother, who might be a great entrepreneur, a woman who serves in her community, there are glimpses of all of that in that study. And so I personally went on a deep dive probably 17, 18 years ago as to the leadership capacity. Leadership and legacy was the focus, and that was the pattern for which I studied.
Wow.
I converted that into a book 17 years ago, but I couldn't come up with a title. I
Wow.
didn't want to say the Proverbs 31 woman, because we hear that all
Yeah,
the time,
yeah.
right? And I never published it. I kept putting it off because I could not think of the right title. And then I woke up and the idea of the word quintessential came to me, and I looked it up and I went,
That's
that's
it.
it. So that book is entitled The Quintessential Woman. Now what we're doing, or what I'm doing, is taking it and using wordplay. You still using quintessential woman as the key, but I believe women should be there for women. And so that's what, just like our pattern is, she's our pattern for us, we are patterns for someone else. And so this is the first of several, because there will be volume 2 and volume
You
3.
better spill the tea, Dr. Anissa. You better spill the tea here at the cafe, guys. I told you they may spill a little bit of tea, they may spill a lot. If you are just joining us, I am super duper excited because I get to hang out with Dr. Anissa Short on today. I get to hang out with Michelle McKenney on today, talking about their new anthology that is called Voices of the Quintessential Woman. So, of course, Michelle, we're going to talk to you a little bit, my friend. I want for you, if you can kind of share with us, enlighten us here at the cafe, spill some tea, if you may, about what was it like for you when you got that call or that email to be involved in this anthology project with Voices of the Quintessential Woman.
Okay, so to answer that in one word, honored.
Oh, okay.
Honored, just honored. I'm just going to do one word because I can talk about a lot of things about Dr. Shorts, but honored. This is not our first, and it's
Mhm.
definitely not our last, as we can see that we have worked together. She has been a beacon of light in my personal life and professionally. So it was okay. What we doing? Let's do it.
I
Let's
love
just do
that.
it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, very short and sweet. It's not too many times, specifically when we're talking about trying to convey a testimony or words of wisdom or anything to that effect, that you have a spirit energy that is so infectious that you're able just to say with one word, okay. And she's that person.
I love that. I love that. And guys, they are coming on in. They are joining us on today. We have Helen Gibson. She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Helen. Thank you so much for joining us. Mama Tony in the house hanging out with us today. She says, hello, Dr. Anissa, as well. We have Myra hanging out with us on today. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And again, I am so excited that I get to hang out with Dr. Anissa. I get to hang out with Michelle, and we get to talk about their new anthology of Voices of the Quintessential Woman. And just hold tight, guys, because they will be actually giving you a little bit more about their individual contributions to this anthology as well. And of course, we'll be sharing with you in just a little bit how you can get your hands on a copy of this amazing, amazing anthology as well. Now, this is a question that I'm going to ask both Dr. Anissa as well as Michelle. When both of you think about this, Michelle, you're going to be up first. And so Dr. Anissa, you'll be on standby with your response. But when you ladies look back at the woman you were during those moments that you talk about in your contribution to this book, what would you tell your younger self today, Michelle?
Stop overthinking.
Mm.
And stop overthinking. Go with your discernment. It's not proving you wrong.
Mm.
If whatever you're feeling is saying caution, let's wait, let's pause, or if it's calm, that's the right decision to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
And
love
just
that.
trust
I love
yourself.
that.
Just trust
Mm-hmm.
yourself and love yourself. Love yourself
Ooh.
more than any other human being on this world.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Look, you got your amen corner, okay?
I know, right?
Dr. Anissa, you are up next. What would you tell your
I'm gonna say
your younger self?
ditto, ditto.
Right, right. So I think a lot of us
And you know, one of
we
the
can
things,
say ditto to Michelle.
ditto. So one of the things I'll say is, and I touch on it in my book, in my story, with regards to making sure you don't make life decisions from an emotional
Come on
place,
now.
because our emotions can be very deceiving. They're real in that we feel them. They're valid in that, depending on where we are in that season of time. But too often, I believe as women, we make emotional decisions that we regret later. Of course, by God's grace, it all still can work together for our good. But nevertheless, some things we probably wouldn't have to deal with if we had just took a deep breath, paused, stepped away, sought advice, calm down, and then move forward. So I would say never make a decision from an emotional place, and definitely don't make a decision where you feel like you're compromising.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. Ladies
Don't compromise.
and gentlemen, are you taking notes? Are you taking notes? And that leads me into our next session or our next segment. I know that we're on the edge of our seats just to hear a little more about each one of these beautiful ladies and their contributions that they made to Voices of the Quintessential Woman. And so we're going to start with Michelle. Michelle, if you can kind of just give us a little bit of your contributions that you made to the Voices of the Quintessential Woman and your chapter. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my chapter is called Choosing Peace Over Proximity.
Ooh, you got me at a title.
And thank you. And it's almost a letter to my younger self. I was going through things. Dr. Anissa knows me very, very well that my mother used to call me the social butterfly. I'm still that. However, in a very secured more state now, mentally and everything else, which is funny because a lot of the thoughts I have now at almost 54 as of next month, I had when I was 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
So it's just, again, trusting that judgment of yours and
Mm-hmm.
really working through and strengthening my relationship with God.
Wow. Wow. And what do you want women that read your chapter? What if you had to give them one takeaway from your chapter? What do you want them to take away from your contribution in your chapter to this anthology?
Loving on yourself is your mental health.
Ooh, come on now.
Oh, that's good.
I love that.
Did you
I
like
love.
that, Anissa? I just thought of that. See how God
I
works?
love it, honey.
Michelle, I feel like, we need to give it some snaps. I feel like we're in the spoken word. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. Dr.
It is.
Anissa, you are up, my friend. Again, if you can share with us a little bit about your chapter and your contribution to the voices of the quintessential woman.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for asking. So, my chapter talks about flags. We hear a lot about the red flags. Well, I introduce you to the white flag and the yellow flag, and how flags are those that we need to be waving ourselves. And they're also flags that are waving all the time to draw our attention. And we need to be mindful of them. I speak of the flags as it pertains to relationship building.
Mm.
And although I do reference real life situations that happen with me with the opposite sex, it's not just limited male female relationships. It can even be
Mhm.
relationships that are platonic, and those that we consider our friends, that there are oftentimes flags. We see them, we identify them, but we don't think they apply to us. And so as a result, we could find ourselves investing a lot in people and getting nothing in return. Or we could find ourselves in a position where we really need to wave the flag and move on. And so I give three analogies. I give three stories, three circumstances where there's a white flag, a yellow flag, and even the red flag, and what they
Come
represent,
on,
and
flags.
how to apply them to your life.
Spiritual hygiene. Oh, yes, sir.
Wow.
Spiritual hygiene. I'm not gonna take
Yeah.
the I'm not gonna take the credit for that one. That's the Olive Van Sant's on her new show. But I love that. Spiritual hygiene.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Wow. Now, Anissa, Tamisha, I hope I'm saying her name right. She was
It is.
unable to be with us, but can
Yes.
you please share with us a little bit about her chapter and her
Yes.
contribution
I will
that
be
she
glad
made?
to. Absolutely. She talks about not compromising. That's it in a nutshell. And being the uncompromised woman and what that looks like. A lot of times society tells us that we need to be at a certain place at a certain time in our life. I didn't realize this. I got married at 29. And after my wedding, or the day of my reception, a lady came to me and she says, "Well, you did it." And I was like, "Yeah, we got married." She says, "You hit it before 30." And I was thinking to myself, was I supposed to be hitting it before 30? I didn't realize there was a stigma that said you were supposed to be married by the age of 30. That was not
Oh,
my, that was not, I didn't even know that existed. But a lot of times we make decisions based on where we are in a place and time in our lives. And we
wow.
find ourselves, because we aren't married at a certain time, or we don't have the degree at a certain time, or we don't have the children at a certain time, or we've not bought the home at a certain time, we could easily compromise. And so she speaks to the importance of not compromising, that
Mhm.
there's strength in being of is there is a certain strength to that you exhibit when you choose not to compromise. And that's what she makes reference to. I love this chapter.
Wow.
I
Wow.
really do.
Did y'all hear that? Oh my goodness. Let me just tell you, we will be sharing with you in just a bit how you can get your hands on a copy of Voices of the Quintessential Woman. And let me just tell you, we have two of the contributors of the anthology here with us. But Dr. Anissa, can you share with them how many chapters and contributors that there actually are that had a hand in putting this book together in this anthology?
Absolutely. Yes, I would. And thank you for asking. It's a total of 10 of us. Now, I will say this. Dr. Norma McLaughlin wrote the foreword. So she could made an awesome contribution to
I
the
love
book.
it.
But there are a total of 10 of us. And Tamisha did say she was trying to join, thankfully.
Mhm.
But there are a total of 10 of us. And I want to say we encompass, well, first of all, we encompass women from all walks of life. And I think we have about 4 or 5 states
Mhm.
represented with the
Mhm.
group. And the chapters, here's another thing, Angela. I did not, with the exception of one, tell the ladies what to write. The mandate. This is what I want you to consider in your writing. And it all came together beautifully. When you read each one of the stories, they speak to different phases of life, different facets of life.
Mhm.
We have a woman who was had children as a teenager before finishing high school, and she talked about her mindset in the course of that, about when she finished high school, she had 2 kids, but she's gone on to get, and she was told that she would not become anything, and she's gone on to become an educator and have a master's degree and raised her children to get higher level degrees and things of that nature.
Wow.
We have a woman who, found herself as a single mom because of a failed marriage and how the sacrifices she made for her children. We have another author who is a stewardship coach, and she talks about the necessity of managing your money the right way, which I said, which is excellent, because many of us, if we knew then what we know now, we probably would be in a better place, financially, from a financial strength place. We've got another author who speaks to the power of the pivot. That's how I'm going to define it. That's not her chapter, but she talks about retiring from the military and seeking employment and having to make a pivot. And now she's engaged in things she never thought she would ever be engaged in, because God basically just rewrote her plan, and how you need to embrace that. There's a little bit from for everyone. I said, if you're 15 or 95, I believe this book will benefit every woman, every person, honestly, who reads it.
Wow. And Dr. Anissa, it sounds like you put the call out there, and these women, these contributors, they stepped up and they answered. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. Guys, if you're just joining us, hanging out with Dr. Anissa Short, hanging out with Michelle McKenney on today, talking about their new anthology that is hot off the press, Voices of the Quintessential Woman. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to give both of you guys 3 words, and I want for you to share with me what comes to mind with these 3 words. I'm going to start with you, Michelle. When you hear, and Dr. Anissa, be on deck, because it's going to be the same 3 words. When you hear faith, purpose, identity, what comes to mind for you? Faith, purpose, identity. Michelle, I think you're muted. There you go. No, she's still.
That's strange.
Yeah, she was doing fine. Yeah, we see you. Let's see. While we're trying to figure out her audio, Dr. Anissa, I'm going to turn it to you. Same 3 words: faith, purpose, identity. My friend, what comes to mind?
Okay, so faith, purpose, identity, really, I think they all go hand in hand. I really believe they go hand in hand. When I think about faith, I think about one's belief, really. Belief and faith, they tie together. And until you truly understand who you are, you won't know your true purpose, because your identity is tied to purpose. So your belief in who you are is tied to your purpose. The faith that you have is tied to your identity, which points you to your purpose. So they go together. That's when I hear those 3 words, I believe they work in tandem: faith, identity, and purpose.
I love that. I love that. Now, I want to ask you this, because women carry so many roles, and you know that. From leader to nurturers to professional to caregivers. How do you, Dr. Anissa, how do you stay grounded in your identity while navigating all of those responsibilities?
Well, first of all, I don't take on responsibilities that don't feed what I consider to be priority in my life. So I made a decision several years ago that if it doesn't feed my faith, if it doesn't strengthen my family or my finances, then I will sometimes respectfully decline the invitation. I think I believe a lot of times women take on all these additional assignments and roles and these hats, and we overwhelm ourselves because we feel as though we make emotional decisions that if I say no, I'm going to hurt their feelings, or I'm not going to be looked at in a great light, or what have you. But at some point in time, we have to create. There is no such thing as balance, but we have to create our own harmony. And in doing that, we must decide what's most important. And I got to a place where I had those hats and I started giving people their hats back. And I made a decision that if the activity, now there are some exceptions. I will volunteer and serve here and there, but it's not the rule, it's the exception. If the activity or the engagement does not feed my faith, does not support my family relationship, which is my husband and I right now, and then of course beyond that, my sister, my mom and
Mhm.
dad, and if it does not increase my finances, then it's not priority. So that hat won't be worn, or if I wear it, it's going to be very seldom and sporadically. It has to fit one of those pieces. So I know we wear a lot of hats, and some of them are given to us and we don't have a choice, but there are others I believe we could get rid of and give ourselves some breathing
Come
room.
on now. Come on, Dr. Anissa.
All of
Michelle,
it.
let's see. I
Yes,
can hear
ma'am.
you. I can hear you. We're going to go back to Michelle. And her question was, when she hears faith, purpose, identity, what comes to mind, my friend?
The new episode of my TV station.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Um, so I turned 54 next month, and it's just a lot of things that have come in my life. Dr. Nessa knows my mother's been gone here 26 years now. She didn't make it. She died at 54 from pancreatic
Mm,
cancer.
mm, mhm,
I've had cancer a few times. Me and cancer are
mhm,
very, very good close friends. We're besties. Um, and now that I'm in a better space, I feel like I'm thriving. Those that is me. Um, and it goes back to what I said earlier. A lot of what I am now, or in this episode now, is what I was as a child. But I just didn't see it that way. And a lot of things that Dr. Nessa was talking about that we put ourselves through, like currently just now this week, that we don't never know what someone always has something worse going on in their life than we do. I'm not trying to be negative, just being very
Mm,
realist. And then we don't realize how much we stretch ourselves. And what I've always been, I'm thinking being strong and taking on all these, like Dr. Ness said, these hats, we think that that used to look strong. That's not strong. That's a
mhm,
mess. That's really a
mhm,
mess.
mhm.
Um, and to the point that you are so overwhelmed. And I used to be that way because I didn't want people to think that whatever, that's part of that people pleasing spirit, all other different isms in that. So to be, like earlier said, to truly love yourself, you got to
Mhm.
be able to say no to some things and and see what those make sure that you know, if you don't, what those second third order effects of consequences are. And right now in my life, that's the most important thing, because stress kills.
Wow. Thank you so
yeah.
much for sharing that. Now, Dr. Anissa and Michelle, we're going to switch gears a little bit here, my friends. We're going to do a little bit of rapid fire. And of course,
Oh
it
God.
is Rapid Fire Voices of the Quintessential Woman edition. And I may give you a word, a phrase, but I'll kind of give you what it is that I am wanting to receive
Okay.
from these rapid fire questions. Okay.
Okay.
So, first up, here we go. One word that describes the woman you are today, Dr. Anissa. One word to describe the woman you are today.
Hmm. I guess I'm not too rapid. I'm firing, but I'm not rapid. Okay, let me think. There's so many words. I could say happy.
Okay.
I could say at peace.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
growing. I'm growing.
Okay. Okay. Michelle, this is for you. Your rapid fire. A woman
Becoming. Becoming.
has becoming. Okay. And I have a different one for you too. A woman, past or present, who inspires you.
Past and present. Okay. Past, my good, great girlfriend, Melanie Garcia. Rest her soul in heaven with my mom and everybody else today, having a party. Um, Present, can it be like two people and combine them all together?
Go
Combine them?
ahead.
Okay. Present, Dr. Nessa Short, and
Oh, look at her.
you said I'm from being for
We did not
real. I'm
plan
being
this.
for real. Stop playing. Um, and my I'm in a sorority, and my Centennial International President, Dr. Valerie Hunsworth Baker.
Okay. Okay. Now, this is a question for both of you. It's both of you guys rapid fire. I will start with Dr. Anissa. A gift you believe every woman should give herself.
A
Oh,
I
vacation
love it.
to the Caribbean
Okay. What about you, Michelle? A gift?
before she
Okay.
before she gets married. Before she gets married.
Michelle, what about you?
so I would say, because I'm encountering a lot of people that have never done this. I've witnessed, I've experienced 7 people today that have never had a facial.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That too.
Wow.
That's good. So they should have a facial on vacation in
That's
the
right.
Caribbean.
That's right.
Wow. Last rapid fire. I'm going to start with Dr. Anissa. A habit that keeps you grounded, my friend. A habit that keeps you grounded.
Mm,
And Michelle, be on standby.
mm, mm.
I'm not as habitual as I probably should be, but prayer.
Okay. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
What about you, Michelle?
Okay, so a habit that is habitual.
That keeps you grounded.
Oh, it's got to be laughing.
Laughing.
Love that.
Michelle,
Yeah.
let me tell you, laughing will change the atmosphere, and so will prayer as well.
And prayer,
But
right? I couldn't say
laughing,
prayer. I couldn't say prayer because Dr. Ness already said it. And that's
oh
funny,
my
but I thought
But
goodness.
I think laughing is a good one because I love to
Yes. So
laugh
for
as well.
both
laugh.
So
of you
that's
guys,
good.
I love that. I love both of those answers of things that will keep you, or a habit that keeps you grounded. Guys, let me just tell you, it has been amazing hanging out with Dr. Anissa and Michelle on today. And of course, guys, there is a giveaway. I'm going to allow Dr. Anissa to share with us what the giveaway is going to be. And once she shared with us, Dr. Anissa, I'm going to get you and Michelle to help me to tell me when to stop as well for the winner of that giveaway. So, Dr. Nissa, what's the giveaway today?
Well, I'm going to give away a copy of the book. The copy of the book. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, the book that they're going to receive is the first book that I published and released last year, The Quintessential Woman, which is the devotional.
I love
So
that.
so I got a copy ready for someone, and I don't know what you're going to do to decide who wins what, but that's what they're going to
Dr.
receive.
Nissa, I'm going to go up and down the comment section, my friend. You're going to tell me when to stop, and that person will be the winner of the. I think she said it's a devotional as well. So, Dr. Nissa, I am ready, my friend. So, when you tell me when to stop, wait, hold
Okay,
on,
I
let me
guess
clear
you
it.
can.
Sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
That's a problem.
Okay.
Stop.
Tony Bonita, you are the winner. Mama
Tony,
Tony is the
yay,
winner.
Tony.
If you will
Yes, Mama
inbox me
Tony.
your information, congratulations. We'll make sure that we get you your copy of the devotional as well. Now, ladies, oh my goodness, as I stated earlier, I have had an amazing time hanging out with you guys. This has been such a rich and uplifting conversation. But before we close, I would love for each of you to share um, what you want. What's one thing from this book um, that was based on your journey? If you could describe the quintessential woman in one sentence based on your journey, what would it be, Dr. Anissa?
The journey of curating this project as well as other projects similar to it, the message I would want to convey, whether they read the book and give a copy to someone else, is the importance of your voice.
Mm,
Never underestimate that your voice has value. That's my mantra. I stand by that. And so my purpose is to help amplify the voice,
mhm,
and that be to help you write that signature book, because someone's praying for your story. So whether it be a devotional, whether that be you sharing your memoir, your life story, if you've overcome, if you've lived through it, if you've climbed the career ladder, if you survived the divorce or the loss of children, place your content, your story in a book, because your voice has value. And so when they read these stories, I want them to understand the value of each voice that is placed inside of this book, and to realize that it's to be read as well.
I love that. I love that. Michelle, you're up next.
I would say to have courage.
Mm, that's huge,
Because
Michelle.
to add on to what Dr. Nissa said, we are all on this call, and I'm sure everyone else that's listening in, we would want to be servant leaders in every
Mm,
different aspect. And what does servant mean? To serve. So, with that being said, really for us to be a true servant, we need to know how to serve and how to be served, right?
mm-hmm,
And where does
mm-hmm.
that come from? That comes from self-worth and self-esteem and self-identity,
Wow.
how you really look at yourself. So I know that sometimes we have moments that we are challenged, and when we start talking about anxiety, depression, things that are going on in society that really can get to us, just be don't have fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our higher spirit will say, don't be afraid. So just to be have the courage to step out on your own faith and to trust yourself, um, because when you do that, one, you're being authentic to yourself, and then
Mm-hmm.
two, you're showing somebody else to do what you feel that you hardly couldn't do yourself. So you're
Wow.
being another testament. Um, People, we emulate each other, just like our
Mm-hmm.
children, our animals. I'm sitting in a house with 8 dogs right now, and they emulate all of us in some kind of way in their personalities, right? So we do that also as humans to other humans. So if we can all just be really treat people the way you want to be treated and
Mm-hmm.
have that
Mm-hmm.
courage to still continue to do that.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, Dr. Anissa and Michelle, this is one of the moments that we have all been waiting for. Dr. Anissa, please share with us how can they get their hands on a copy of Voices of the Quintessential Woman?
It's available right now on Amazon. However, if you know any of the co-authors, I would ask that you reach out to them and secure a copy because they all have their own copies, and I would love for you to have an autograph copy. So if you know any
Mhm.
of the co-authors, feel free to reach out to any of them and secure your copy. But if not, you can always go to Amazon. And Angela, I provided a link that they could use to secure it if they like. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's available now.
I love that. And guys, we will make sure that we put that link in the comment section. So if you go back later, you can go back and click on that link as well. And of course, I want both of you ladies to share with us how can we stay connected with you? And we're going to start with Michelle. How can we stay connected with you, my friend?
So I'm on Facebook as Unstoppable Aesthetics, and I'm on Instagram as Unstoppable underscore aesthetics, and I am Michelle McKenney.
I love that. And Michelle, is there a website that they can stay connected with you as well?
Yes, so I'm gonna send them to you because I have two. So one is www.IamMichelleMcKinney.com, and then I have www.unstoppableaesthetics.com.
I love that. And Michelle, also feel free to go back into the comment section. You can drop those in the comment section as well. Dr. Anisha Short, my friend, how can we stay connected with you?
Find me on social media, Facebook. I am Dr. Anissa Short. That's,
Mhm.
Dr. Anissa Short. And then go to LinkedIn, same thing, Dr. Anissa Short. And if you like more information about how I may be able to serve you in writing your story, go to my website, chosenpengroup.com.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that. And of course, you guys know how we do it here at the cafe. We have to allow Dr. Anisha Short and Michelle McKenney their opportunity to have the last words of what they want to say to the people today. Michelle, you are up next, my friend. What's the last words you want to say to the people tonight?
To give yourself grace, give others
Mhm.
grace, love on yourself, and be happy.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Dr. Anissa, you're up next. What's the last words of you would like to say to the people tonight?
I want to reiterate, well, first again, thank you, Angela, for the opportunity. But I want to reiterate again what I've already said is that your voice has value. Some of you who watch now or watch later have been contemplating the book. You've been talking about the book and you've allowed everything else to come before the book. And you know within yourself that it should be published by now. Whether you choose me or someone else, I encourage you to understand the value, truly embrace the value of the voice that you have to offer and to get the book published because it is going to live beyond you. That's a part of your legacy. So you owe it to your legacy to get the book done.
I love that. I love that. Dr. Anissa Short, Michelle McKenney, thank you for joining me here at the cafe. Let me just tell you, you ladies spilled some beautiful tea on today. Y'all, if you did not take notes, go back and watch the replay. They dropped a lot of information that was beneficial to all of us as well. So to Dr. Anissa Short, to Michelle McKenney, to our viewers, thank you for joining us for this powerful conversation that we had on today. The Voices of the Quintessential Woman is more than a book. Do you guys hear me? This is more than a book. It's more than an anthology. It's a reminder that your voice matters, Dr. Anissa. And your
That's right.
legacy, it is a reminder that your legacy begins today. So again, thank you guys for joining us on today. Thank you, Dr. Anissa. Thank you, Michelle. It has been an amazing time hanging out with you guys on today. Guys, go out, get you a copy of Voices of the Quintessential Woman. Not only get a copy for yourself, but get a copy for a friend as well. This may be something that y'all can do a buddy read together. You guys can go through it together as well. And of course, guys, as we always say here at the cafe, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Get a copy of Voices of the Quintessential Woman. Bye-bye.